and welcome to day 25 of Litmas! I'm sorry, I've kind of lost my voice a little bit. That's why you're getting sexy Q voice today. How you doing? And why we're drinking hot tea. I've woken up a little bit sick today, but this is the only day I can film this video. So here we are. Not that any of that information really matters to any of you, but dang, this voice is low. I should do some ASMR videos real quick, shouldn't I? Hi, it's the final day of Litmas, and so I wanted to do a review of sorts for 2021. Take a look back and see what were my goals of 2021 and did I accomplish them or not. I've got my boards here that I made at the beginning of the year and we're gonna go through them. I haven't updated them in a while though, so they're also kind of inaccurate. Before we get into the goals, 2021 was a very up and down year for me. I think that's true for anyone because you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days. I think this was one of the more drastic of years for me in terms of up and down. I started the year, I feel pretty high and pretty good, like I was on track for a lot of things. I had my job where I was getting paid pretty decently. I was kind of getting my finances, together, and I was planning all these really big things and had a very hopeful outlook at the beginning of the year. And then July 18th happened, and that was the day I lost my job and everything spiraled from there. And from then, for the longest time, even now, I've kind of been just unsure of where my lowest point is. I think I'm slowly crawling out of that now, but I do think I hit one of the lowest points in my life this year in terms of my mental health, for one, and utterly everything that goes with it. I definitely have had some ups though, like I did get to go see Fee and I got to see Hala this year. I finished Ashport, the Kickstarter was successful. The whole series is done now. I don't ever have to touch it again except for the audiobooks. Writing wise, it's all done and complete and I can kind of move on with my life from that point because it's kind of like the ending of an epoch. Is that how you say that word? Is it epoch or epic? I don't know. I like saying epoch. I'm fine. I'm normal. So we had that. I had 3 job changes. So from losing my job, I got another job at the Japanese bakery, which was a wonderful, and I loved it, and I hated leaving them, but I had to for financial reasons. So I did get a new job where I'm just office administrator, so it's much more chill than my other ones, and it allows me to learn, again, new skills. But I do miss the bakery a great deal. If I could have stayed on one day a week or something, I would have, but it just wasn't in the cards because I'm working extremely long days at my new place, but I don't hate it. It's definitely different than what I'm used to working in, but adaptability, baby. Did have my surgery this year. I didn't even know that was gonna happen this year, but somehow we pulled it out of the bag and did that, and I feel a little bit happier as a person since doing that. It's definitely another thing that's had ups and downs, and I'll do a full update on the bariatric stuff in January for my 3-month anniversary for it, or my 3-month update, I guess, where we'll go a little bit more in depth there. So if you want to hear more about that, it's not going to be too much in this video, but I at least I notice a difference on camera. I don't know if you guys do, but I do feel happier, a little bit happier. It's not the cure to my depression and everything, but it's definitely been a contributing factor in digging me out of the hole that I was digging myself in. The word I'm going to use to describe 2021 is complex. It was a complex year where there was lots of up and downs. We were in quarantine, we weren't in quarantine, everything was getting better, there's new variants, now we're getting better, nope, there's another variant, all these different ups and downs of the world that have just affected everybody, and we're still trying to crawl out of that phase, and we're going into 2022. And I'm not going to be one of those people who's going to be like, oh my god, it's 2022. I'm looking forward to the new year, honestly. I'm looking forward to not being in 2021. I'm not really scared of it, which is weird because normally going into a new year, I'm feeling really stressed. I mean, I'm stressed a little bit, but trying to figure things out and make sure that the next year is going to be even better or whatever. But realistically, that doesn't usually work out. You just have to kind of let the days be what they are. Just go with the flow. I think I've turned more into a go with the flow person this year because you don't know what life's going to throw at you, and life threw a lot at me this last year. It's a weird imbalance because it's really easy to focus on all of the negative things that happened to me this year and not let the good things get overshadowed by that. And I don't know why that is. I wish I could easily remember more of the pleasant things that happened this year, or at least hold them higher up on a pedestal than all the negative things. But the way my brain works is I just end up focusing on a lot of negatives, and I want to not do that. So I think that's one of my self-improvement things, not like a New Year's resolution, is just to A, be kinder to myself, and B, try not to focus or hold on to all of the bad things as long as I'm very good at doing, you know? There's a little brief overview things. Let's take a look at what the goals I had were for 2021. And I did have 21 goals of 2021, and you bet your ass there's gonna be 22 goals of 2022, all right? I knew going into this list that I was not going to achieve everything, but it's weird, the things that I did achieve were not the ones I expected, and the things I expected to achieve, I didn't. So, and some of them, because of the time that I'm filming this video, I do still have time to finish some of them, and I do intend to, but as of right now, it is not complete. So I made these 2 poster boards, my goals, so I could kind of track myself. I will probably make different ones just for a little easier one, or I might do it in like a notebook so that I have more wall space, because I need more wall space. These goals were in no particular order, it was just how I glued them. One of the goals was Michelle, and this goal was technically in progress this year. I was picking out dates with Michelle, we'd already talked about it, and then I lost my job and lost any funding to go see her, so that did not happen this year. I do intend to carry this one over to next year and be able to reunite with my buddy. It'll almost be like, oh my god, it's gonna be almost 10 years since we've seen each other, because the last time Michelle and I physically saw each other was 2013. Oh my god. Then mental health. I haven't filled it all in, but I was just doing mental health checks, and I think I'm gonna count this one as complete. I think especially in even just the last week, I've been a lot more self-aware of how I'm feeling and what I'm going through, and trying to be more vocal, and also, wow, I'm trying to say something like clear, but as I'm struggling to find the word, but more vocal, not vocal, but expressful about how I'm feeling, and more conscientious of what to do when I'm feeling certain ways. So I'm going to count mental health as clear. Technically quarter 4 is not over yet, but we can mark it, pretend it's clear. Next up is remodeling in my parents' house. This is also an in-progress goal. I didn't expect to do this one entirely, but we did pretty much almost finish the remodel of my old room. We've got pretty much all the big stuff done. So we redid the flooring, we redid the walls, we did all the stonework and stuff in there. We did the lighting and stuff. I did the lighting. I gave new outlets and everything in there. Now it's all the little things. It's more my dad, because he's turning into a Grampus grotto. So it's up to him to what he wants to fill it in with furniture. So I can kind of clear that off. I think I just have a few little touch-up things that got scuffed during moving furniture and stuff in, but that's pretty much done. My dad and I did talk about how we're going to be tackling next year. Once it gets a little warmer, we're going to be tackling the rest of the stuff, like the bathrooms are probably going to be number 1 on our list, and then the cat room. I think hopefully we can get those done. The bathrooms are smaller, so let's hope they can get done faster, but it is also a bathroom, which means plumbing. That was one of the things that actually was a good thing that came out of my job loss, because suddenly I had a lot more free time to do all that flooring and painting and stuff. This one, I was really looking forward to trying to do Japan. You can see, Japan. We wanted to go back to Japan this year. Again, multiple reasons. This is not just because of my job loss and funding loss, but that definitely put a damper in it. But Japan also kept closing borders because of their COVID situation. So I don't think they're open for tourists just yet. They were like open for the Olympics and then they weren't, and then everything is back and forth, and I don't know where they're standing right now, but hopefully next year we can get back to Japan. I really want to go see Mamiko and Tomoko and visit my old stomping grounds and actually have a vacation there. I really want to do that, but it did not get to happen this year. Next up is recipes. So I was going to be collecting recipes from my mom and creating a book. Now this is one of the goals that I am currently working on right now. So, and I want it done by Christmas. So, which is, I know today for you guys, but it's earlier in December when I'm filming this video, okay? Movie magic. I intend to have the recipe book finished by the time that you guys see this video. The other one is Secret Project, which we did early this year. So Secret Project was done. That was the Ashport Archives trailer that Hala and I did together. Mostly Hala did. So that officially is a cleared goal. I use it all the time now when I go to conventions. I can set up my laptop and just have it playing. I'm really, really proud of it. I think it's great, and I hope Hala makes one for Tower of Dogs, because you all deserve to see my boys. Platforms. So I was trying to get my platforms in order, and I started doing that, and I have gotten my schedule pretty much down now. I pretty much think that Fridays are going to be my upload days, especially with my new job. I'm, in theory, going to have Fridays off starting the new year. So Fridays are like the new day that I'll be uploading videos. I tried to do a few other things via, there was times where I'm like, I'm on top of it and then I'm not on top of it. So I'm not going to really count this as on, because I obviously did not update my website. I want to actually revamp the website, and that will carry into a 2022 goal that we'll talk about in that video in January, because I am taking the week off after this. That's not quite complete, but I did make progress on it, so I can't shame myself entirely. This is really the board that has a lot of not complete things, but moving! I wanted to move out and get my own place. Obviously that did not happen because I lost my job. So now we're figuring things out and working to get to that point where I can do those things, and we'll see if it happens in 2022. I hope it does, but who knows? With the rent prices being so freaking high in Colorado. Thumbnails. I think I've gotten better on thumbnails. I have done some research on thumbnails. I have also gotten better in Photoshop recently, so I didn't actually improve my thumbnail stuff in Photoshop, but I have improved it in Canva, so I do think I'm doing better that way, but I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Are my thumbnails good? Did I actually complete this goal, aside from me saying that I have? I say I have, but do you say I have? Because I let everybody judge my life for me. This last one on this board is learn how to change a tire. This is one I was really surprised that I didn't take the time to do, but it's such a little goal that it kept getting like, oh, I can do that later. I did ask my dad, like, hey, can we do this before the end of the new year? And he said yes, and I don't know when that's gonna be, but so there's potential for me to finish the tire changing before the end of the year is out, but honestly, it's cold, and I don't want to when it's cold. So that might not happen. It might happen. I'm silly, and I didn't do it. The other board, we've got Hisphacac. So I have finished writing Hisphacac. Now, it's not fully filled in because it says betas here, but technically my proofs are not done. I have 4 chapters left to send to my editor, but again, that got paused because I lost income. I'm hoping, but with my next paycheck, I will be able to pay her so that we can finish it up, and then I can really start querying, which I have written query letters. I have written 13 query letters. I have not sent them out yet because I'm scared. And also because the manuscript isn't actually done because it's not fully edited, but it's mostly done. So I'm mostly just preparing myself for when I can send them out and do all my research about publishers and agents that I want to represent my book. So that's that. So Hisvikac, for the most part, is pretty much ready to go. Almost. And hopefully by the end of the year, it will be ready to go. Ashport, though. Ashport, complete goal. Look at that one. All filled in. Ashport's done. It's done. All the Kickstarter rewards have been sent out and complete. I have 2 sitting here because they're people that I know, and so I'm just going to give them in person. But everybody should have books out or on the way to you, especially for international. I don't know how long that shipping is taking, but they're officially sent out, and they've been sent out for a while once this video comes out. So hopefully by the time this video comes out, everybody has their Kickstarter rewards. But Ashport's done. It's done. It's actually done. Gosh, that was an 8-year journey. 8 years with those characters. Dear God, that was a long time. Now I'm going to spend 8 more years with this again, probably. Audiobooks. So this is where I still spend time with Ashport. I have not completed recording the audiobook. I am intending to continue doing that. I might finish book 1. I've only done 2 chapters. Prologue. No, have I done 3 chapters? It's been a while since I've recorded. Just haven't had time to sit down and record, and obviously right now is not a good time for me to record an audiobook. I'm also like debating other things with it, so put your input in if you think I should release it as like a serial episodes with it on like a Patreon or something. Let me know if you think that's a good idea or not, because I'm having struggles and I'm getting really insecure about my own voice and if I'm doing the book justice, or should I save money to hire a professional to do it? That's what I'm doing. Also, listening back to my voice is annoying for anyone. I think nobody really likes how they sound when you're recorded, because it either doesn't sound like you or it sounds too much like you, and it just gets annoying at that point. I'd love your input on that one. The desk. All right, this year I said I wanted to build a desk. I didn't build a desk. I'm compiling a desk. I literally found some stuff on the side of a road, and I still have to paint it, and then assemble it. I don't know if that will be finished this year, or if it will carry over, because I've ordered this special powdery stuff that'll mix in paint and let it stick so I don't have to sand down the stuff. But I did get a corner desk, and I found this like baby changing station that I'm revamping into like a nook of the desk. So I've definitely been in progress on the desk. It's not filled in because I technically didn't draft the design. I just found the stuff. So we're technically on supplies mode right now as I'm waiting for stuff to get here. But the desk thing is happening. What I'm really sad about is the cooking show. I only did 6 episodes of my cooking show, but that severely changed when I had surgery and also depression. Depression got in the way of this. The cooking videos take a lot of work to do, and doing them on my own was really stressful, and I didn't like how they looked. I hated my setup for it. I don't think I have a very good space to record a cooking show in. So we kind of gave up on that, and then with the surgery, with all the different food, I couldn't eat the food in the recipe books. I can't really do a cooking show where I can't eat the food. That got scrapped. That is an incomplete goal. The 100 books is complete goal. I've read a lot more than 100 books this year so far. I think I'm at like 145 or something. Probably by the time you see this, I'll be above the 150s. But yay! At least I completed one goal there. And another goal I completed was fuck all days. So at the beginning of the year, I told myself I wanted to give more days for just me to do nothing, because I always feel like I have to be doing something. I have to be productive. I have to be multitasking. I gotta go. And I did allot myself fuck all days this year. I've actually probably gave myself a few more than just 13, which I kind of am regretting, because, oh, I could have learned how to change a tire on that day. But I didn't. A little like, yay, I completed a goal, but this was one of the goals I kind of didn't want to complete. I wanted to be productive, but I wasn't. Speaking of not being productive, the typewriter. So my parents last year for Christmas gave me this antique typewriter that is technically fixed up, but I wanted to learn how to maintain it and stuff. Problem is, it's not here. It's at my parents' house because I have no room for it. I didn't learn anything about upkeep for it because physically it wasn't here to remind me to do it. So nothing of that got done. Maybe I'll continue it next year if I find space, but I don't have any space for it. And I feel bad because I would love to have a typewriter on display here and use it, but I don't. I have zero space. And don't tell me it's because I have too many books, okay? I don't have enough books. Shut up. This macaque too. I can actually color in a little bit more of this. I would say I can color in this much, and I have this much more to do on it. I didn't intend to finish his macaque 2. I did intend to finish NaNoWriMo, but I quit that. I just couldn't do NaNoWriMo this year. I don't think I was in the headspace for it this November. So hopefully I will be continuing his macaque 2, or Hisobo as it is called, throughout the rest of December and into January. There'll be more on that coming soon, but I need to get on that one a little bit. I also really want to work on other projects, not just his macaque related, but we'll see. Last two, we have our daily entries, and I actually gave up on this. So I had this little daily entry journal thing, and I gave up on it because I just kept forgetting, and I would forget for so long that I'd have to like scroll through my social media to try to remember what that day was, but I felt like that was very fake. So I just gave up on it. I'm really not good at journaling. I'm terrible at journaling. So yeah, I don't feel bad about that one. It wasn't that big a deal, but I gave up. And the last goal I was really surprised to do was the weight loss goal. I had my surgery and I did it, and I have lost weight. I remember the video 21 Goals of 2021 where I was talking about this goal, and I had said I would be happy just to be 1 pound lighter than I am at the start of 2021, and I can proudly say I am over 50 pounds lighter now. Hooray! I don't remember the last time I was the weight that I currently am that I'm not telling you guys, but I am, and that makes me really happy. Like, that was a goal I did not think was very achievable this year, and it turned out it was, and mostly that is thanks to my dad. I am out of tea, and so that means we are out of time. Yeah, I do have a bunch of new goals coming up for 2022. Again, some I may complete, some I don't. That's the thing. I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself to achieve them all, but it'll be nice if I do. How do you guys feel about your end of the year? Did you complete some goals this year? Did you not complete some goals this year? How do you feel about that? I have any input into your life. Don't beat yourself up over it. I am working very hard not to do that to myself, especially with some goals on here. Still some time. There is still time to do stuff, and you know, it's really an arbitrary deadline to make sure that by December 31st you have completed these goals, because you have time. In theory, you have time to complete them. It's okay if you didn't complete your goals. It's okay if you didn't complete NaNoWriMo, I tell myself. I hope that your year was a good year for the most part. I know everybody's was probably up and down, but I hope you had more goods than bads. And if it was the opposite way for you, then I hope that 2022 is more goods than bads for you. I hope you all have a very happy holiday. If you're celebrating Christmas today, happy Christmas. If you celebrate other holidays, happy holidays to you. And Happy New Year, because I won't be posting for the rest of 2021. I'm taking time for me and also completing some goals and preparing for what is to come in 2022, because we've got stuff coming. In the description below, there is the Discord link if you want to join the Discord. We have a lot of different things going on over there if you want to join and chatty chats with me and other people that you may have seen on my channel or on streams and stuff. And you can be part of our little community, and we can have fun together and have fun and friends and stuff. We can have friends. Join the Discord. Questions and comments down below are on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. And if you really want to support me, you can check out my Ko-fi page and support me as a content creator. I would super appreciate it as I continue forward. So I will see you next year, cuties. Bye! cute? I don't know if I look cute or not. We'll see. But at least I put in the effort to put on makeup. I was very close call with that one. But I'm gonna need a lot more tea to get through this video. Oh, I'm getting stuck on them. Oh God. We're getting stuck on the Velcro. I just realized this says bind 'em, meaning like bind the books together, but it also looks like it says bind M, which is like my sister. So I'm gonna bind her within the books and trap her forever. Anyway, I don't think you guys can actually read any of what this stuff says.